Hi, this is Nate with IT Guys. Today I'm going to show you how to do an optimization on a Windows 10 machine. To do an optimization there are 7 steps. We're going to go through these one by one. Those steps are running a system file checker with the command prompt, running a disk cleanup utility, disabling extra startup programs that boot up with your computer, running a disk defragmenter, uninstalling extra programs that you don't need, running a virus scan, and updating Windows with the latest security patches. Today let's start by going to a command prompt by typing in CMD in the search bar, right-clicking on command prompt, and running as administrator. Once the command prompt window is up, go ahead and type in sfc /scan now. That stands for System File Checker and Scanning Now. The System File Checker goes through all the Windows files and makes sure that they are intact and in their original version. It's going to take a little while to complete, so let's minimize this and go on to the next step, which is going to be disk cleanup. To do a disk cleanup, go to the Start button and type in disk cleanup, and go ahead and select the app that shows up. It's going to show you a few different options here. At this point, it shows that we can take 278 megabytes of extra data off. Let's go ahead and click on the Cleanup System Files button to remove even more data that we don't need, junk that just piles up over time. While that's going, let's go ahead and go to our next step, which is going to be to disable some startup programs. In Windows 7 it's a little bit different. You have to use a command called msconfig, but for Windows 10 we're just going to go to the Task Manager. To get there we're going to right-click on the taskbar and select Task Manager. Now this is the compacted view. Let's go down to more details to open up more details and show the startup tab at the top to disable anything extra. Now we only have a few things because this is a fairly new machine, but the only things that we really need to boot up with the computer are the antivirus and if they have some sort of syncing program like Carbonite, Dropbox, Google Drive, anything of that nature. So let's go ahead and disable things that we don't need like OneDrive, BitTorrent we definitely don't need, and we're just going to leave the Windows Defender, which is the antivirus for this computer, enabled. And then once that's done, we're going to go ahead and just close that. Back over to the disk cleanup program, it's gone ahead and found another 23.7 gigabytes of data that we can clean up on this machine. We're going to select all of the boxes. And this is just extra files that build up with the computer over time. These aren't actual user files or anything that's necessary or important. Go ahead and click all of them and then click OK to delete all the files. Click delete the files, and this will take quite a while to delete that much data. While that's going, let's go on to our next task, which is going to be disk defragmentation. Go to the Start button, type in disk defrag, and select the option for disk defragmentation. Now, normally we'd go ahead and just optimize the drive in the bottom right corner there. The only time you do not want to do a disk defragmentation is when it's a solid state drive. That's because solid state drives have a limited number of read and write times that can be done on the given life of any solid state drive. We're going to go ahead and leave that part alone. Again, do not defragment a solid state drive. Let's go on to the next step of the optimization, which is going to be uninstalling extraneous programs. Go to the Start button, type in Control Panel, go to the Programs portion of the Control Panel, then Programs and Features, and in this list we're going to have all of the programs that are installed on the machine. Now you're going to get a feeling over time of what should and should not be there. Anything that says free or toolbar or helper, anything of that nature usually can be uninstalled pretty readily. Also, you can arrange these icons by publisher and by date installed. Anything by Microsoft you can usually tell is probably needed. Anything that looks weird can usually be gotten rid of. If you don't know, make sure to ask the client if they use that program or if they know what that program is about, just because you don't want to uninstall something that sounds strange to you but that they use all the time. To uninstall it, click on the icon and hit the Uninstall Change button. In this case we're going to uninstall the audio driver, but we need the audio driver, so we're going to leave it alone. But that is the operation you would go through. It's pretty self-explanatory. Next to the menus, and that's all you need to do. The next part we're going to do is a virus scan. By going to the Start button and typing in Defender for Windows Defender. It's the antivirus that comes with Windows 10, and it's a very solid one. It's really easy to use. Just click on the virus and threat protection and click quick scan, or if you think there's a virus on the machine, go ahead and click advanced scan. It takes a lot longer, but it does scan all the files that are on the system. This will take a little while, so we're going to go ahead and minimize this and go on to the last step, which is going to be the Windows update. To update Windows, go ahead and click the Start button in the bottom left corner and type in Windows Update. And Check for Updates is the button you want to select, or Windows Update Settings. Even though it says the device is up to date, we're going to go ahead and check the click the Check for Updates button to make sure there's no extra updates that we haven't missed. We'll let that run in the background just in case it found anything and minimize it for now. Disk cleanup is still running, so let's check on our other processes running right now. Looks like Antivirus is still running, so we can go ahead and just minimize that. The system file checker is still running. It looks like it's about 42% of the way through. And let's check on our other things. Let's kind of align things so we can see everything at the same time and make sure it's all done when it's done. This could take a little while, so through the advantage of movie magic, we're going to go ahead and speed all this stuff up so you don't have to wait here. And we're done. So after the system file checker goes through, it'll give you one of three messages. In this case, Windows Resource Protection didn't find any integrity violations. The other two messages are that it did find integrity violations, but Windows was able to repair them, which is also a good sign. The other option that sometimes comes up is Windows was unable to repair the problems, details found in the CVS log, which is another video we're going to cover on how to install an operating system to repair those problems. With that, it's pretty much the full optimization process, start to finish. Good luck in your optimization.